It's one of the all-time just weirdest, funniest scenes because Kylo Ren the whole time just going, oh, 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 in the song, in the background, outer space, really weird. And Llewyn keeps looking at him like, what is he doing? First off, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Coffee time, Jay and Matt, back on the couch.
I'm still Jay.
Are you?
I hope so.
Oh God, okay. And we're talking about one of my all-time favorite movies. Like, if I had to make a list of like top 5 favorite movies, this is in there.
This is in there.
I love this movie, and we're going to be reviewing Inside Llewyn Davis. Now, before I go any further, this is going to be a spoiler review. This movie's been out for a couple years now, and what we did was we watched it last night.
We watched it.
You have never seen it.
It was first time.
And we have yet to talk about it. I have no idea what you think of it. And I'm so excited to hear because it is such a weird movie.
It is.
But the plot of Llewyn Davis, of course, it's about Llewyn Davis. And he is a folk singer in a 1960s folk scene that just isn't panning out for him. He is just going through the worst week, just trying to make money, trying to even find a couch to sleep on. He's homeless. He's stuck with this cat that got out of his friend's house, and he doesn't know what to do with this cat. And this guy is just having the worst week possible. We just follow him every step through this week. All right, here we go. What did you think of Llewyn Davis?
What I think of the character of the movie.
The movie.
The movie. I really liked it.
Okay.
I did not think it was going to be as funny as it was. There were a lot of characters in there that are just super quotable.
Mel?
Mel.
There's a great Cincinnati scene with Mel.
There's a lot of scenes you don't expect. You don't expect this movie to be as funny just off the get-go, but you start watching the characters and you start hearing what they're, like these weird, wacky personalities, and it's just hilarious to watch.
Before we again go, this movie is written and directed by the Coens, so
The
that
Coen
is of
brothers.
course why they are weird and wacky characters.
Yeah.
This is also your first Coen brothers movie,
Yeah.
which we need to change because there's so many great Coen brothers movies.
I'm looking forward to
They're
it.
such weird movies. This is my favorite one though.
It's your favorite one?
But,
I can
okay.
see why.
Yeah, keep going with it though.
So besides the cool characters, I thought that they did a good job of actually making me feel bad for the character. Because it's rare that I actually feel bad for someone in a movie. It's either too forced.
We even walked out of Joker, and you said I felt that was forced.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I either feel like characters are way too forced in how they're trying to make us feel bad for them, because they're trying to do it.
Right.
So it's either way too forced or it's not doing it enough. And that good middle ground was found in Llewyn Davis, because especially as art students, it's kind of cool to see, or I guess kind of depressing to see someone constantly fail so many times and nothing's going his way. And when you think something will, they have the perfect timing to just snatch it out of him, and you're just wanting him to succeed just a little bit.
You just want to see this guy have one thing go right.
Especially in the scene where he's talking to Bud Grossman,
Yep.
and he's auditioning for him.
And he sings the death of Queen
Yeah,
Jane.
and like I know it's not gonna work out for him because I know the movie, but I'm still sitting there hoping because
You're-
I want it to go, but his audition just did not go well.
I was going to say something, but I don't remember anymore. But again, before we go forward, I guess, I'm getting some spoiler talk. So again, if you have not seen this movie and for some reason you just were like, I've been dying to see this movie for the past 7 years, but still haven't watched it, we're going to talk spoilers. One of my all-time favorite things in this movie that it does is the second act starts for me the second they get into the car. So Llewyn Davis, he's going to go to Chicago to go sing to Bud Grossman, and hopefully he's going to pick him up as a client.
Yeah.
That scene, I'm pretty sure that whole act lasts like 40 minutes of him just in this car.
Yeah.
And it leads to nothing. And all of a sudden, we just cut back to him back in where he was and living life and trying to make it again.
Yeah.
I remember I watched that and just went, I've had stuff like that happen to me before. Like you think this is gonna be some grand thing. Like I walked over to a studio and handed in a resume to get on a set, and that's not how you do that. And like I'm gonna get on this set, it's gonna be great. And then like it was like 2 hours out of the way, I came back, nothing happened.
Yeah. No, it definitely is something that's just heartbreaking.
And it's just such a great part. I love Carey Mulligan in this movie. She plays I forget her character name. Jean. Yeah, she plays Jean.
Yeah.
She's one of my favorite actresses. She always does really like kind of low roles.
Yeah.
But she's just so mad at Llewyn all the time in this movie. And the amount of times she says asshole to him is so funny.
Yeah, no, she did a great job. And her character herself, like, was just so annoying to me. But that's what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because it was hilarious. It was hilarious to watch.
It
her
was so
constantly
funny
yell at
because
Llewyn.
she's just so mad at him.
And Llewyn's just so passive about it.
he has like just such like low key like insults back to her.
Yeah. but,
That
like,
they're so funny.
yeah, but he's so passive with it too. Like he doesn't raise his voice to her or anything. He's just so like
yeah.
he feels at fault for what he did.
Justin Timberlake is in 2 of my all-time favorite movies, this and The Social Network, and he's one of my favorite. He's a great actor.
He did.
I don't love his music that much, but he's such a great actor, and he's such a good folk singer.
You can't tell me you didn't like his song about shooting into outer space.
Oh, okay, I was about to get. See, so there's a part in the movie where he gets the gig.
Yeah,
And-
Llewyn Davis does. Yeah.
Yeah, and he sings this comedy song, and of course it's taking place in the 1960s, and the whole moon thing's going on, and he sings this comedy song with Justin Timberlake and
Kylo Ren.
and Kylo Ren. What's the actor's name?
I'm not sure.
Why can't I think of it? He's such a great actor, and I hate him as Kylo Ren. But it's one of the all-time just weirdest, funniest scenes because Kylo Ren the whole time just going, oh, in the song in the
Outer
background,
space.
outer space, really weird. And Llewyn keeps looking at him like, what is he doing?
And that's one of those things where you don't expect this movie to be that funny.
No, you don't.
But you watch these scenes and you can't tell, should I feel bad for Llewyn? Should I be laughing? Like, what's going on?
This movie does one of my all-time favorite things. It is a drama with comedic characters.
Yeah.
And I love movies like that. And that's why I love this movie, because this movie's downright hysterical, yet you feel so bad for Llewyn Davis going through
like
this week.
the entire theme is sad, but you're laughing like half the part of the movie. You're laughing at it because
Yeah, 'cause
there's so many jokes to it.
And you also just kind of sit there like, can it get any worse? And it just gets worse.
It gets way worse.
It gets worse. What did you think of the soundtrack?
I really liked it. I usually am hit or miss with folk songs,
Mm-hmm.
but I think a majority of the songs there I liked. I definitely liked the opening song with what was it, "Hang Me,"
Yeah.
that Llewyn Davis performs, and the rest of them were things that I really enjoyed, but didn't stick out as much as that.
Other than probably La La Land, this is like my most listened to movie like soundtrack. There's a song Sand Starks or Stark Sands does. I always forget which one it is. He did the whole American Idiot Broadway album, which I'm a huge Green Day fan and I love that album. And I remember I figured that out. And he does this song, "The Last Thing on My Mind," and I love that song.
Yeah, that was really good.
And I love like every song of this album. The amount of times I've listened to this soundtrack it's so good. And I'm usually not a big folk fan, but this kind of got me into it.
Yeah, no, they did a really good job with the music.
Cinematography's great.
Yeah.
All the acting, especially Oscar Isaac. The first movie I really saw him in was The Force Awakens.
Which character was that?
He plays Poe.
Plays Poe. Okay.
He plays Poe in The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And The Last Jedi and now going to be The Rise of Skywalker. And I don't like the new Disney Star Wars movies. The amount of times I'll just like reference that I don't like in the reviews is kind of funny. And I remember I was like, he just kind of seems like that hotshot guy. And then I saw this movie and went, no, he's a very talented singer and actor.
He is.
He was great. Why can't I think of the guy who plays Kylo Ren? It's really Adam Driver. Adam Driver. Such a great job and such a great actor. Now we're gonna get into a little bit of what I'm more curious about. What did you think of the car scene in general? When they take that 40 minutes, that drive, it is a long scene, and it drags on. And Papa Racer, I'm blanking on names today. Who plays Papa Racer? He's in The Big Lebowski. He's in every
Coen Brothers.
Coen Brothers movie. What did you think of his character? Roland is his name.
Okay, so I think he serves a bigger purpose than just being a character. Like
That's right.
I
Now, we're
think
going to talk about the ending here soon. That's why I'm leading up to it. What did you
Yeah.
think of his character?
he first of all he was hilarious. Like he was really funny. I didn't find out on my first watch. I think either talking to you about it or just watching it again. I think he plays some role in like the whole kind of artist's journey of just constant failure in Llewyn Davis, and kind of like he represents something more than just his character, I think. But I wasn't able to catch it. As for the car scene and the length of it and just the whole thing, it did a good job of just making you feel cramped and like tired.
Oh
like
my
this guy's
God,
driving from
especially
Pennsylvania.
when he's driving back and the bags are under his
Oh, man,
eyes,
yeah.
and he's just like,
Yeah, like the dude's driving from Pennsylvania to Chicago and then back, and they did a great job of just making you feel exhausted like hot and sweaty and cramped and just
And
annoyed.
one of my favorite things that scene does is there's Carey Mulligan's character is pregnant,
Yeah.
and it's Llewyn Davis's kid, although she is married to Justin Timberlake. So they have to do this whole abortion scene. And one of my favorite things, it was happening Saturday, and it was set up before the car scene. And you feel like you're on that car scene for like a month and a half.
Yep.
And then you come back and Llewyn's like, did it happen? And she's like, no, it's not Saturday yet.
Yeah,
And
I
you're
was-
like, it has even been a week? You're like, oh my God.
I was just awed. Like I was.
You sit
I
there
was- it
like,
was
oh my
crazy.
God.
This has only been like the span of like a day. It's overnight. Like.
It was insane. Oh my God, this movie's so good.
Yeah, and the scene where he's actually meeting with the guy to talk about the abortion too, I think he did a great job with that, where he was finding out that Diane
he has
didn't
a kid.
have an abortion
Yeah,
yet.
his last girlfriend
For 2 years.
didn't go through with it.
Yeah, for
and the
2 years
kid's
she's
2
had a
years
kid.
old now. And there's a great scene where he passes Akron, where the kid and the wife
Yeah.
is, and he doesn't do it. And
I was sitting there like, don't turn. Please don't go to Akron. Don't meet your kid. Like you got better things to do right now.
Before we talk about our ending, what did you think of the scene where he sung to the dad? He sings the Shoals of Heron.
I feel like it could have been more emotional.
Okay.
I think that the song was great. I like the
Oh,
song.
I love that song.
And I like the dad's character. But it kind of, if you ever watched Coco, where they sing,
watched Coco.
yeah,
I
they're really,
watched
they're really,
Coco.
it felt like that, but on a much less sad scale, I suppose. If that's a good way to put
Well,
it.
I feel like I remember my first time watching it, I actually didn't like the movie as much. It wasn't until my second viewing that I went, wow. And I feel like they tried to have that Coco. He wanted to have that Coco scene with his dad.
Yeah,
But of course, it's Llewyn Davis. He's not going to get what he wants. And it just, the dad ended up going in his pants.
Right,
And then he has to go ask the nurse to clean him.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't end up well.
And that kind of goes along with like, the whole like theme of the movie too, where it's just this depressing week of this guy. So yeah, like, it did a good job with the movie, but I think going into it, I was expecting the emotional thing, and that letdown feeling is similar to what Llewyn Davis is feeling.
Yep.
So I think it did a good job with
It works.
that.
That's
Yeah.
why I don't love the scene, but it works so well for that I love the scene.
Yeah.
All right. The ending of this movie. The opening scene of this movie is him singing the song "Hang Me, Oh Hang Me,"
Yeah.
and he gets beat up in an alley.
Yeah.
The ending scene of this movie is he sings "Hang Me, Oh Hang Me," then sings "Fare Thee Well" with some little different things that happen, and he gets beat up in an alleyway.
Yeah.
What do you think the ending means?
So before that, the entirety through the movie, I'm thinking like, okay, I've seen other sad movies like this. Either there's some kind of big payoff and like something happy
Yep.
happens, or something sad happens.
And
And I
again,
don't-
this is his first Coen Brothers movie, so he doesn't know how they end movies usually.
So I'm sitting there thinking, okay, if there's a happy ending, I'm not going to be as satisfied because they've built so much up just to have him succeed. If it's a sad ending, I don't want to see Llewyn Davis fail. So I'm thinking like, what's the good middle ground here? Like, what's a good ending? And I watched the ending, and I think, okay, they could not have done a more perfect job
They-
of ending this. So what I thought it was that the beginning of the movie and the ending were kind of like the same part in the timeline, and then everything that happened was
So it was in the past. The movie took place in the past.
it started the same because the beginning of the movie and the ending of the movie were the same. So I thought that was the same point in time.
Yep.
And then the actual timeline would be after the opening and then follows all the way through.
Got it.
And it was
then
kind of
we
like
see
an
it.
explaining of what's going on, like why he was just beat up randomly in an alleyway. Because we learned all that stuff.
So do you
prior
still
to it.
think that?
Off of how you're talking, no.
So I honestly want to rewatch this movie with you because I can always just rewatch this movie.
Yeah.
They don't line up. If you remember the opening scene, afterwards he spends the night at the Gorfine's house with the cat.
Yeah.
The scene before he's at the Gorfine's house with the cat. So it's like Gorfine sing is the opening. The ending is the opening is sing Gorfines, then the ending is Gorfine sing. So it doesn't work there. And there's something wrong. The ending also, he sings another song and doesn't just leave.
Yeah, that
Although
was
he
one
tells
thing.
the same joke, he leaves after he sings Fare Thee Well, not just Hang Me, Oh Hang Me. So I think I have two theories. One I think is more what I feel like it is, and the other one is kind of out there, but it's Coen Brothers, so I feel like it could be. One, I feel like this guy is just destined to live the same week.
Yep.
It doesn't matter who's beating him up in the alleyway. It doesn't matter what song he's singing. No matter what, he's just going to have a crap life. He's going to want to become a folk singer and want to become some big singer, but he can't. So it doesn't matter. that's gonna be his life.
Yep.
He's gonna keep trying to get back to be like a naval guy on the boat, but he can't afford it because he can't make any money. So he's gonna keep playing at the Gaslight every night.
Yep.
And hoping he get picked up, but nothing's gonna happen.
That was what I thought before going with the whole weird timeline thing,
Yeah.
and then I felt the timeline thing just worked better. I liked the whole repetition thing, but I completely just threw out the window when I thought about the timeline because my mind was just going in circles when I was watching it.
The other thing, and it took me a couple times to pay attention, the character of Roland. I feel like he doesn't symbolize some sort of artist's journey. I feel like he's the devil.
The devil.
And I feel like that guy is his chauffeur. That's why, if you notice, Roland falls down on the ground, looks like he's having a seizure. His chauffeur, Johnny Five, just flicks his cigarette on the ground, is just used to it, and he's kind of satisfied that he's kind of trapped with this guy. Notice he gets arrested, and it's kind of like he wants to get arrested. He got away. Roland also talks about how he knows black arts and black magic, and how you could one day wake up wondering how your life became just a big pile of nothing, and you don't remember making this pile, but it just is like that. I feel like that character has cursed him. Actually, he knows magic and actually performed a spell to curse Llewyn Davis, to now he's going to relive that week. Every week.
Okay.
And it keeps happening again and again, and it's a circle of who's in that alleyway and who's beating him up, and the cat and everything.
Yeah, I think definitely watching again, I want to focus on that character a lot.
It's a weird thing, but like, I mean, come on, these same people made The Big Lebowski. Like, there's nothing to expect at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I had to rate this movie, it's one of those movies that I give like an 11 out of 10 to. I absolutely love this movie. I can always rewatch it. The music's great, the acting's great, the cinematography's great. I love the Coens. Oscar Isaac does such a good job in this lead role, and you really do feel for him. And it's just a movie I recommend everyone to watch. I don't know if everyone will like it, but I really recommend everyone to watch it.
Yeah, no, I definitely recommend it too. It's something that I think a lot of people should see, because like there's a part of everyone's life that you can relate to this guy, and it's definitely a good like little way to kind of watch that it can always get worse. So you either be prepared or be grateful of where you are. So I think there's a lot to it.
Yeah. Before we end this review, do you have any critiques? Do you have anything where you're just like, I didn't like that, or they could have done better with that, or?
I can't think of any. No, not really. There were. I think the movie as a whole did a great job, just visually with the characters, with everything. I thought it was really enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
I think watching it again, maybe I would want to watch this more.
You'll get more out of it.
I might get more out of it, more positives, more negatives.
Good, because if you say anything bad, I was like, good if I have to find like a new person to do the show with. But like that's whatever.
But yeah, I think I would definitely recommend this to everyone.
Yeah, no, I do.
It's something a lot of people can enjoy.
I love this movie.
No matter what you're looking for, it's got comedy, it's got great characters, it's got a great story.
It's so funny.
Everything's good.
Cincinnati.
I would give this about an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10? You're a harder critic than I am.
I mean, my favorite movie is 9 out of 10, so
Yeah,
it's not even 10 out of 10.
We'll wait to show you that perfect movie. And I showed you Speed Racer, and I don't know why they give that a 10 out of 10. That's weird. But anyway, that is our review of Inside Llewyn Davis. Go check it out. It's on Amazon Prime as of this episode airing, so definitely check it out. It is so good.
It's a good movie.
And we will see you next time on the couch.